Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episodes, we made our way to finishing the replica lab and beat up the Oracle clones, and finished by beating up the Replicantus, and then we got the reward of Monster Collector title for tier. In this episode, well, I'm starting at the beginning because we're going to do an episode on how to get ready for a good New Game Plus. Now, of course, having beat the main story, we have clear files, and I want to show you those first. Now, I have a couple of them actually on here. I have the clear file from the playthrough that we have done on camera, but I'm actually going to show you another clear file that we have from my private playthrough, part of which I used to go ahead and get ready for this Let's Play, and I've also, well, as you notice, spent a bit more time on it to get it ready for you guys to see for this episode. Now, you notice, a lot more time, a ton more encounters, and you'll see why in just a second. Now, if you load a clear game or a clear data file up, it will actually take you in to the congratulations screen. You can use the grades you've earned to alter the conditions of your next game, but you note it mentions unused grade will be carried over, and any grade that you use will be given back to you when you complete a second playthrough of the game, so you're never going to lose any grade. You will only gain it. Now, once you come into the grade shop, this is what you're going to spend all your grade on in terms of getting ready for a New Game Plus. You automatically get 1,000 grade for beating the game, so that is on top of the total that I've amassed here. I've done a lot of grinding, yes. Okay, so you notice all the various things that you can do if you want to do it in New Game Plus. You can increase your overlimit speed, you can get up to 20 items, you can, inherit playtime and other such stuff is pretty much self-explanatory. Basically, inheriting all the information that you have, you can keep all the gold in your possession, and if you've amassed a lot of gold, that's a good idea. I will show you a couple of strategies to amass gold in just a minute. Okay, let's go through the rest of it. It is especially a good idea, I think, to focus on keeping your titles, keeping your arts, and keeping your art usage if you want to try to get new arts. Some of this other stuff, minigame, whatever. You can also set some extra battle conditions for your New Game Plus, including, if you want a challenge, you can decrease the max HP for your characters to start out with. You can also tinker with how you want to set up your experience. You can do half experience. You can have your experience be dependent on how well you combo. Or, if you're like me, I will hit increase HP, thank you very much. And then I will also hit 10 times experience because I just want to kill the game. Pretty much. Now, you can also, if you want to, you notice, set grade bonuses and deductions to be twice. It's a lot easier to gain grade than to lose it in Tales of the Abyss, so it's probably a good idea if you are coming in with not as much grade and you want to gain more and more quickly. You're probably better off checking this option. I won't because I don't really need it. I would suggest you keep your phone slot chambers so that you don't have to re-earn them. Not that that's a big deal, but it helps. You don't have to go back through and find them again so much. Definitely keep your capacity cores if you're doing a New Game Plus, because your new ones are a lot better than the ones you had to start out with. I would suggest you keep your ad skills because they are very beneficial as well. Now, if you've amassed a lot of gold, you actually don't have to hit this. If you haven't, it's a good idea, but I don't think you really need to. Let's see, special items, regular items, and the synopsis, pretty much. So, I managed to amass just enough grade to where I was able to do pretty much everything I want to in a New Game Plus. I think the only one that I didn't check in this one, okay. Well, what did I not check? I probably wanted to do 2 times gold, but can't do it. But since I've got enough gold, I'm alright with that. Now, you might be asking yourself, Self, how in the world does he have so much grade? And how in the world does he have so much money to carry over to a New Game Plus? Well, actually, I'm going to show you that. So I will see you guys back out on the field, and I'll show you some strategies to do that. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Hey everyone, we are back in Engave here, because I want to show you really the best place in many ways to farm grade in the end game. A couple of things that you should do to get yourself set up is, first off, equip a party member with the blue dice. It can be pretty much any party member you wish as long as they're in the active party, because as you notice, it raises grade 20%. Now, it's not useful to equip this along with the regular dice because the two don't stack, so just use the blue dice if you've got it. If you don't have the blue dice, of course, the dice is good because that raises grade by 10%. You just won't get as much of a benefit. Another thing I will mention along with that is go ahead and move your difficulty to hard mode if you haven't been doing that already, because you do get a grade boost for fighting in hard mode as well. Now, in the community, there's a bit of a debate as to which is the better location for grade farming. Right outside of Engave here, or up in the Cheagle Woods. And really, either area has about the same amount of difficulty, but I prefer here in Engave because it's close to an inn if you need to rest, which, if you're fighting these monsters at this point in the game, I hope to God you don't. You're also close to a lot of good food, because I like to use this opportunity as well to go ahead and grind up cooking skills for some of my characters to get their cooking titles. You definitely need that if you want to 100% this. And also, you don't really have to fear anything as far as, well, you'll lose a little bit of money doing this, but you don't really have to fear dying, and you don't have to fear wasting a lot of time. Because if you put a dark bottle on yourself, the monsters will pretty much just flock to you. They will literally run at you, and you may spend a couple of seconds between battles. You're also not going to have to worry about losing time between loading screens, really, because you're not going to have to change areas to fight monsters. So if you fight monsters here, you can obviously chart your progress and such, and you can continue to fight monsters. I generally find that it takes me probably about 15 to 20 minutes to fight 50 encounters, and that's usually how I liked to pace myself when I was doing this. If you get 100 encounters or more in an opportunity, or I guess in a sequence of grade farming, you probably want to stop there and take a little bit of break because it can be monotonous. Otherwise though, I find this to be the best place to grind your grade. Now, how in the world, might you ask, do you get your money? Well, actually, to answer that question, well, there's really 3 different answers, but the area that I'm going to demonstrate those answers in is going to be one of those 3, and it is actually going to be in Ketterberg. So, hang tight, I will see you guys there. Alright, so we are back in Ketterberg. Oh man, it's been a while since we've been here. Now, I will note, before you actually do this, there is something you want to do that will really affect you very well in terms of making money. If you have gone through Namkabanda Isle, and I hope you have, because it's a fun place to go through anyway, you already have the title Cat Cat Kitty Cat. Now you will want to equip that, because that will raise the sale prices of your items. You will also want to go to Jade's titles and equip Emperor's Best Friend. Whereas Cat Cat Kitty Cat raises your sale prices, Emperor's Best Friend drops the prices of all items sold. Now, that having been said, hopefully you have done all of your town link points, and if you have, then you will be able to get the table knife, the spoon, the fork, and etc. Now, those look expensive, and they are, but you want to go ahead and buy some of them to start sort of transferring and raising money. If you want to, you can also buy some of these other items too. If you're lower, if you don't have enough money to really buy the big items, the table knife and such, then you will want to do that. I will also add you'll want to do this with all of your town link stuff done. That means the Antlion quests, that means the Yulia city allocation quests, all of the quests that you can do to raise town link points, which is most of them in this game, you'll want to do them all so that you can reduce these prices accordingly. So we're going to buy, I'll say 1 of each. I mean, obviously I can buy a lot more because I've got more money, but if you don't have that much money, you can just start with buying 1 of them and then go on. Now, why do you want to buy these items, you might ask? Well, actually, to answer that question, I need to see you guys back in Engave, so I will, well, see you guys there. Okay, now, we are back in Engave, and we're not going to go to the inn. No, thank you. We're going to talk to the shopkeeper. Now, I picked up those items, of course, the table knife, the spoon, and the fork. And you'll notice already, we bought them for 43,650 gold in Ketterberg, and we can sell them for 50,000. So basically, we've made a profit of about 6,000 per item, and you see that reflected there. We're earning about 20,000 gold. Pretty much, if you have all of the titles, if you have Cat Cat Kitty Cat and Emperor's Best Friend, if you've done all the town link stuff, this is probably your easiest way to make money, because you don't have to fight for it, you don't have to really spend very much time on it, because I think it took me about maybe 2 minutes to get from Ketterberg to Engave. So ultimately, it's really about 5 minutes for the whole thing, and you can buy as many of those as you need, well, as you're able to, rather, and you can pretty much raise as much gold as you want, and it's not that hard. Now, what if you don't have those titles? What if you don't have, if you haven't gone through the Namkabanda, if you haven't gotten all the titles for everybody, how do you do it? Well, other good sources to raise money are the Abyss, because those birds that you saw perched up on the machines, you can kill them. You can also kill the golden slimes. They give pretty good money. You'll have to fight for it, but they give pretty good money. Another thing you can do, especially if you have the Vagabond Son title for Luke. Oi. Anyway, if you have the Vagabond Son title for Luke, keep in mind every arena visit is free. You can exploit this by basically going into the team matches, and since they're just 3 matches, if you've already beaten the cameo battle, it's easy money. Because you go in, you win 3 battles, you're already really powerful, so you should be able to just kick butt and take names, especially if you're on normal mode. And you've got money rolling in. It doesn't really take all that long, so it's not really all that complicated to make money or make grade in Tales of the Abyss getting ready for a New Game Plus. With the grade, you gotta put some time into it, of course, but I think, at least to me, that time is well spent, because then you can pretty much go through a New Game Plus and it's easy. I mean, you can just waltz through it, which I happen to like. I mean, I know folks like challenge. I will mention, though, speaking of challenge, if you want to do a challenge run for a New Game Plus, I would encourage you to raise probably between 5 and 10 million gold to get ready for it, especially if you're doing an unknown run. Not only will it help you collect better weapons at the start, it will also help you keep up with healing items and such, and you will very much need them in unknown mode, trust me. As a matter of fact, I was playing around going through unknown mode a little bit in a New Game Plus playthrough. I think a battle in the Sheagle Woods against the Wood Golem probably was going to take me, or probably took me, somewhere upwards of 10 minutes for one battle, and that's against one of the earliest and easiest enemies in the game. You will need the items, you will need the help to make it. So, anyway, I hope I've provided at least a little bit of a pseudo-public service, and this will pretty much wrap up the Tales of the Abyss episodes for now. I do want to do episodes later showing you the new titles, the new costumes, the new arts that you can have in New Game Plus. I also want to do a video showing you Item Collector and the shop that you can unlock with it, because honestly, I've never done it before and I want to see it for myself. But with that, I think I'm pretty much done for now. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all later.